From the WJAY studios in Oviedo, Florida, it's season 2 of Wipe Those Tears! With our tier masters, our statistician Brandon Bogard, the Mario Man Mark Leota, AVGN expert Gianni Pizzi, the Retro Arcade Boy Scott Seffy McVeigh, and our timekeeper, Andrew Hocking. Your host and moderator is Jason DiCanio. Okay, and good evening and welcome to another edition of Wipe Those Tears, the Golden Show. Episode number 50 is upon us, March 26, 2025. Yeah.
Yay.
Oh yeah. Show that again. Show that again.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah,
All right.
And we've got another couple of pieces of information for all of you. That's not just the other surprise, too. I would like to say, as of today, we had gained 3 more subscribers. That means Please All TV Sports Channel now has 105 subscribers. There you go.
Nice.
I am very happy about that. So, so please tell your friends, your family, whoever you talk to, that we need more subscribers and many more to sub to this show. Because
Jason, I already sent 3 video things to my friends. They love the show.
Fantastic. A good thumbs up from you. That's great. Thank you. And like I said, we are here every Wednesday night at 9:00 with this group of people. And if they can't be here, hey, Jesse Ortiz fills in for any one of them. He's our sub co-host. Coming down at the end of the month. Next week we go into April, and Easter is April 20th. Tonight the guys are going to tackle Who Am I? And the question. That's what we're going to be looking at. Okay?
Yeah.
And let's get the rules of Wipe Those Tears.
Yeah. Here we go.
Yep. All right, we're in the heart of the S's now, guys. And we're getting close to that Super Mario series where Mr. Leota is going to really turn some pace up. You know what I mean? Andrew's going to give you 2 minutes. And you'll grade from 50 to 100, just like always, with cover art, playability, the whole 9 yards. Okay?
Yep.
And once the score is locked in, it cannot be changed. So please make sure of your time. All
Yeah.
right?
Oh, in case somebody gets hit 0-0-0, you get to hear this. You get the time's up sound. That's what.
Yep. All right, so if we're all ready, let's go ahead and jump right in, open up the board, and play.
Here we go.
Okay. Well, as you can see, I moved that tag team muscle already.
Yep.
So that was fun. And these, of course, are where we are as far as the games are categorized. Statistician, how many games do we have left to grade?
162 more NES games.
Ooh.
Hey, Let's see if we can get that down to 150 with 12 games tonight. All right. Good luck to everybody.
Cool.
First game up on the list is looks like
Metal Gear Snake Revenge.
Snake's Revenge.
Snake's Revenge. Okay.
Yeah, this is put out by Konami. Hey, Gianni, Konami.
Konami, yeah.
And April 1990. And this is a stealth action adventure video game produced by Konami. It's a standalone sequel to Metal Gear that was released in North America under the Ultra Game brands. And as in the original Metal Gear, the player's objective is to infiltrate the enemy's stronghold while avoiding detection from enemy soldiers or surveillance devices. Okay. Be a little bit of that there. And let's see if there was any reception. No one critiqued it that All right, so this is the lineup that we're going to be looking at. We'll start with our statistician, Brandon Bogard. You are up with Snake's Revenge.
So there's a part like one of the gameplay images. This looks like they're doing this in space.
Mm-hmm.
This is supposed to be an army game. Where's the space coming from?
Already got some issues with it then.
And then another gameplay images where the guys look like they're on Final Fight or something.
Uh-oh.
So for that, I'm gonna have to. Unfortunately, I got to give it a 68.
Oh! Yay! Youch!
Youch is right too.
He opens up the game with a Dion. All right, Andrew, you are up with Snake's Revenge.
Yeah, I agree with Brandon Bogart because this game, of course, where is the space thing, like my Brandon Bogart says. So for that, I have to got a double it with Mr. Bogart. I'm sorry, 68 as well.
Okay, double up on it. And put another 68 there. Okay, Mark. You're up with Snake's Revenge.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard of this one. Yeah, I definitely haven't. Not really sure I can say too much on this. Andrew, you know how you doubled up on Brandon?
Yes.
How about I triple up? 60.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 68. That's the third one. All right, we are consistent. Gianni, will you be the fourth 68?
Well, I have not heard of. I didn't know there was a second Metal Gear.
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard of it, and I don't. I know AVGN. You might have actually talked about this, but I know we talked about it on the first game. I know that.
Yeah.
But it looks almost similar to the first game. I'm gonna give it a bit higher than that. I'll say what I'm seeing. Some of the graphics I think are very good for thinking NES game. They're not the best, but I'm gonna give it a 74.
A 74, okay.
I'm a 5 up it.
Yeah, 5 up.
Actually, no, 6. I was thinking you guys. 69.
Up at
I
the
don't know
6.
why.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know why.
All right, the low C, but it is a passing grade, and the first one there.
Still
and now
something
worse.
good.
Yeah, good one. All right, Scott, you're up with Snake's Revenge.
Okay, well, as we know, this is basically an update and sequel to, of course, Metal Gear, to the original Metal Gear.
Mm-hmm.
It looks interesting, though, from what I'm reading. I'm looking at all this right now on the Wikipedia and everything like that. And I think you guys are being way too harsh on this sucker. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, it doesn't look as bad as you think it would be, though. Sure, it has some new features, though. And it's very similar to the original where you're actually on Earth and everything like that. You're just confused by the cover art. So this gets me an 85.
Whoa, an 85. Okay. Say what is right. Yeah, 85. High B. Okay. Well, I'll tell you, I like the cover art very much. I mean, I'm not a fan of Metal Gear either way, and so like we all are shocked that there was a sequel called Snake's Revenge. The cover art's the only thing saving it right now. But anything Konami is worth, passing. So I'm going to give it the Scott Special 75.
Okay.
Yeah. Why not, right? Be a little bit generous with it. Okay, we have our 6 scores. Let's go ahead and average them out. This one is trying to move. It's going to go in the C tier. 73. Okay. All right. Not too bad. Just barely passed by 3. Okay. Next up, we have a Peanuts game. Snoopy is involved with this one.
Snoopy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spectacular. Wow. Talk about the 4S special.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
This is put out by Kemco September 22nd, 1988. And it's a British-owned game. And it's child-oriented. That was released by Kemco for the NES. And the video game is a collection of 6 events that uses various characters from the Peanuts series. Or Donald Duck in Japan, actually.
Yeah.
Events include boot throwing, similar to hammer throwing, pizza balancing, and sack racing. Not too many references. They did, after the release of the Family Computer Disk System, like title Roger Rabbit, Kemco still had the rights to release Disney-based video games in Japan, while the Who Framed Roger Rabbit license expired, making them choose Donald Duck and release a video game starring him in Japan. Yep. But Kemco decided to license Snoopy instead for the North America version. It was nice of them. All right, so that's looking pretty good. Now we'll start off with you, Andrew, with Snoopy's Silly Sports Spectacular.
So Snoopy is one of my favorite characters of all time.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't played this game, so if I find this game, I'll give it a try. I love the cover, so I'm gonna get this one.
Wow, 95. Taco Bell. There you go. All right. Nice job, Andrew. Good start to it. And now we go to Mark Leota. Snoopy.
Who doesn't love Snoopy?
Right.
I mean, him and his best friend Woodstock there, and he does a lot of stuff that ordinarily you wouldn't see a normal dog do. I mean, being a fighter pilot, Easter Beagle, no other dog could do all of that. So
yep.
I think because of that, I'm going to give this one a perfect 100.
Whoa!
Whoa!
And he puts up a perfect 100. Okay. All right, Johnny, you're up with Snoopy.
Oh, it was a fun game. Everyone kind of loved Snoopy. I didn't think I knew they ever made a Peanuts game. I mean, I feel like Peanuts passed their prime after the NES came out.
Yeah.
But I feel like this could be an AVGN game, but I don't think he has done it. And I mean, just the things that he can do, if only I had a beagle. I can tell you, I do want that to be my next dog, though.
Yeah, I like beagles and basset hounds too. They're just great dogs.
True.
But I mean, we've seen the things that Snoopy can do. I mean, it's called Silly Sports for a reason. And these are great. Let's give it 100.
Why not? Double up on it, right? You got it. Another 100 there. Then that's so far 3 A's and 2 perfects. Okay, Scott. Snoopy.
I've actually played this game.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
Oh, difficult.
It's fun, but it can get really difficult, especially the boot tossing round. When you're trying to wind up, and if you don't do it right, you will not get any distance at all. But the game is pretty fun. I can't give you a perfect. I can't give you something that high, but I will give you 85.
85. Okay, that's very good. We got that. All right. Now we go to Brandon Bogard.
So these two here, they're basically wondering,
Oh,
we're not in this.
Linus.
Even Linus' sister is like, why didn't those blockheads add us in?
Yeah. No, everything's around Snoopy.
Pretty much.
I feel bad.
Of course.
But the only minor complaints is like some of the locations I see and the gameplay images, it don't seem like anything Snoopy would even go to.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the characters, however, including Woodstock, at the very least they look pretty good. So with that, it's because of my love for Snoopy, 93.
93. Taco Bell. Okay. All right. We have a love of Snoopy here in the Tier Master Smoke Lounge. Yes.
Smoke weed every day.
Mm-hmm. And I must say that I love Snoopy very much. I like the Peanuts, and I grew up with them. But the only problem I have, and it's not with the cover art, the only problem I have with this game is I would not spend the money on it. Because, there are other games where you can do activities and tossing and throwing, which is fine. But I would rather watch a Snoopy cartoon or some Snoopy special,
Right.
Charlie Brown Christmas or some of the holiday ones, and just watch the show. So in this case, unfortunately, I have to fail it with a 65.
And then, let's not forget a popular running gag for those specials where the Glasses Girl Marcy would keep calling Peppermint Patty Sir, to which she would reply with, "Don't call me Sir."
Right.
All right.
Okay, let's see what the average is. Oh. Boy, did it just miss the A's by 0.4. Oh, yeah.
It is my fault. I don't know.
No, it's my fault. I failed it. I D'd it. I gave it
Oh,
a D.
yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
I gave it a D, and I can't get the darn thing to come on. Get up there. Come on. Oh, I need a new mouse in the worst way, shape, or form. I keep saying that every week, and I never go get a new mouse.
Crowdfunding for Jason for a new mouse, or GoFundMe, or whatever it is.
Oh, yeah, GoFundMe.
Right.
All right. So this is going to go into the B tier. 89.6. Wow. Well, like I said, it had a lot of A's going, and then of course that was my fault. Okay. All right. Geez. Okay, Andrew. I hear a lot of that noise. All right, let's get moving on here. Next one up is the Snow Brothers.
Ooh. Oh, yeah.
Oh boy. And Toplan. Yeah. Snow Brothers, November 1991. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they ported this game a lot. There was a lot of ports to it. Yep. And then they even canceled some ports. Replay reported Snow Brothers to be the 11th most popular arcade game at the time. Game Machine also listed the title on their June 15, 1990 issue as being the 11th most popular arcade game in Japan. And Don Norrat of Video Games and Computer Entertainment gave a positive outlook to the arcade version. So for some reason or another, the arcade version, and Scott, you probably, I don't know if you played this.
Oh, I know this one. Yeah, I played this one before here.
Snow Brothers got a better reception than the console games.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So we'll start with Mark Leota this time.
All right. Snow Bros. Well,
Snow Bros.
definitely
Yeah.
a good game for to play in the winter.
Pretty
Mhm.
much.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, those Snow Bros there, they definitely look like they mean business. And of course, I see one of them's got blue overalls and the other's got red overalls. Oh,
When
red
have we seen that
Mario!
before?
Yeah. If you look closely at there's different cover arts too. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. I think I'll give this one an 87.
An 87. Okay. Very good. All right, Johnny, you're up with the Snow Brothers.
Okay, yeah, I was saying I feel like we've seen something like this before. I'm not surprised they tried. Nintendo hasn't sued them for this, although it looks a lot like the arcade version of Mario Brothers,
Yeah.
from what I'm seeing. And Capcom made this.
Capcom, yes, another reputable company on the
We,
NES.
I think one of the greatest like game companies back in like the 80s and 90s that made a lot of great NES games. And
Among others, yeah.
I don't know. I really don't know about this, mostly because you can tell from the cover art they ripped off Mario. I mean,
Right.
But yeah, that's why I said before during Mark's thing, where have we seen that one before? Because we have. And I don't know. I'm going to give this one. I will buzz this one at 65.
65.
I'm
Oh,
going to buzz it.
all right. He
My.
gives it a high D, and now we go to Scott, the arcade,
Yes.
the arcade boy.
Yes, I remember this game pretty well. This is more. This is less like a Mario Bros. Knockoff and more of a Bubble Bobble knockoff back here. So
Some
it's actually
connection.
more. So it's more like Bubble Bobble than you think, though. And it's interesting here, Scott, because it's like the single screen style. You're trying to gather like your power up of your snowballs, similar to what you did the bubbles and Bubble Bobble, and you knock down your enemies, though, kind of like that, instead of trying to jump from above, though, in Mario Bros. So, like I said, I compare it more to Bubble Bobble than anything else here. This is actually still a pretty fun title. I thought it was really neat, as I like this one. It's a 90.
90. Oh, Taco Bell. Hey. All right. Okay, Brandon, you're up with the Snow Brothers.
So there's an evil king named Scorch. Frost princesses, though they're not showing it. Liars.
Oh, oh, jeez.
And then the characters' names, the Snow Brothers, Nick and Tom.
Oh, God. Oh, jeez.
Dick and Tom, huh? Not Tom, Dick, and Harry, huh? Oh, boy. I would have made more sense, you know? The three
I wonder
Menudo.
if Nick has a little cousin named Jerry.
Oh!
But make all right. But to make it even more worse, there's like two weird enemies. One's like a dragon with a face that looks like he's smoking weed. And then
Smoke weed every day.
there's another one. Oh my god. I don't know how much time I have left.
33 seconds left.
Okay, I'm gonna have to pass on that, and I'm gonna have to pass. You come back to me, and I'll send you a screenshot.
Okay.
All right.
All right. He's passing. All right. So now we go to Andrew. All right. You're up.
Okay. Oh, I gotta stop laughing about this. So, okay. This I had never played this, but I like the cover. So for that, I will get this one only one shy of French fry. This number
99. Oh my gosh. Wow. Taco Bell. Okay. Now, Brandon Bogart. We come
All
back
right,
to you.
so I sent it in the private chat. The back cover.
Yeah.
It just says, "Chill out, the Frost Frog," with a quick cover of snow. Oh my God, that's supposed to be a frog?
Pretty much, yeah.
Hi, oh, come at the frog here.
Yeah. Yep.
Look at the frog's lips. And is it wearing lipstick?
It's supposed to be some kind of monster, so maybe they do have gorgeous lips. You never know.
Well, that is crazy.
Oh,
I gotta give it a 61.
61. Oh, okay. Man.
I'm totally speechless right there. I'm totally speechless right there.
I tell you, he finally gave it a score that he's very, all right. Well, I tell you, this looks like the Double Dragon knockoff with the brothers, because they're wearing
Jimmy
red.
and Jimmy.
Yep. Oh, well, you got Nick and Tom. Jeez.
Oh God! Oh God!
I would have went with freaking Frack for that matter.
Oh, somebody wanted to give it a crack. What's up?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a death.
I would have went with Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Fine.
Oh boy! Oh boy!
I come up with a whole bunch of names for these idiotic, psychotic snowballs.
Yeah.
I mean, Mr. Freeze from Batman would love these characters so much.
Oh boy! Oh boy!
Never played the game. Looks sucky. I'm going to say 55.
Oh.
Excuse me. All right. I just
Let's get the average. Let's get the average before I can start laughing and crying.
All right, here we go, guys.
Oh boy! All right, Andrew, calm down.
76.1 going into the C tier. All right. Stays average.
Okay.
Right, yep.
Woo. All right.
First break of the night, because the night belongs to
True lovers.
Yeah, right.
Oh, jeez.
That's
All
my
right,
second
time for
favorite
Who Am
artist.
I? And gentlemen, get ready because you're going to get the first of 3 clues. Here we go. You can play along with us too if you like. All right, no help from the audience out there. Clue number 1. I am an actress. Hey, that kind of narrows it down. Clue number 2. I was born in Memphis in 1948. Ooh.
So 1958.
48. 48.
1948.
1948, yes. And clue number 3. My first job was as a singing waitress. Actress born in Memphis in 1948, and first job was a singing waitress.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wait.
Yeah, right. That kind of like throws it out in left field a little bit there.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's the first of 3 clues, and you'll get 3 more clues at the end of the second quarter and the halftime. All right, anybody got to take a break?
I'm good for now.
All right, everybody's good. All right, let's get back to the games. Okay. All right, we're really rolling now, and we start up with the next game up on the S list. One of those great black cover Nintendo games. Soccer! El Futbol!
Ooh.
Yes, the original soccer. This is put out by Intelligent Systems, Nintendo, April 9th, 1985. Yes. Sports game, of course. As with real soccer, the objective is to kick the ball into the opponent's goal. And it even features cheerleaders and the option of the 15, 30, and 45-minute halves. Pressing B passes the ball and A shoots at the opponent's goal. In Japan, Game Machine listed Versus Soccer in its February 1st, 1986 issue as being the 19th most successful table arcade unit of the month. Wow.
Mhm.
Computer and Video Games said that though every console receives a soccer game, Nintendo's was among the best. And they noted the game was somewhat slow and not very attractive, with sparse backgrounds and formless players, but that did not affect the fun. And the magazine rated the game 83% overall, with an 8 out of 10 for playability and 6 out of 10 for graphics and sound. Not bad for 1985. Okay, this is the fourth game on the list, so we start with our AVGN expert, Gianni Pizzi.
All right, yes, obviously a classic. I mean, it's a black box game, so how can you not go wrong with this?
Right.
And this game, I've never played it, but I know about it. And yeah, this is a classic cover art. I haven't really looked at the gameplay, just a basic soccer game, although, yeah, it's basically your basic soccer game.
Mm-hmm.
And I almost confuse it with the character. I prefer, I think, Nintendo World Cup.
Yeah.
But I'm going to give this one 90. 90.
Wow. Okay.
Cool.
We have a Taco Bell for Johnny?
Ding.
90. Okay, Scott. The original soccer.
Yeah, like I said, this is one of those that I never even seen this in the stores, though. So it tells you that it's not really that well of a title here in the States, though. But as the reviews have said, it's really decent. So 82.
82. Okay. Got that one there. All right, 82 for Scott. Now we go to Brandon Bogard with the original soccer.
While I'm sort of okay with it, at the same time, on the front cover, the blue dude, I'm just wishing he had longer pants.
Oh,
Every day.
my goodness. My goodness.
More obsessed about his pants. Let me know, and I'll take you to another edition of Soccer 2 Time. You know?
Yeah.
In the end, I'm just going to give it an 84.
84?
Yep.
84. All right. Still gives it about a mediocre B there. Okay. Mr. Hawking, how would you feel about soccer from the Canadian point of view?
So I seen this cover and I thought, okay, if I will find this game, I definitely will try it. But I never played before, and was it year 85, right?
Brandon said 84, so yeah.
That was close to what year I was born. That's why.
Yeah.
So for that, I will double up from the King of New Jersey, and also a 90.
Oh, we double up a 90. All right, with Taco Bell. Okay. Now, coming from the other man who knows about Canadian soccer, that would be Mark Leota. He plays it.
Are you ready for some soccer? Well, at least
Yeah.
I will be once the weather gets a little bit warmer.
Right?
Yeah. I don't know. On the cover, it looks like the one guy in the red's trying to kick the other guy right in the you-know-where.
Leota.
Yeah, that. Yeah, there.
Well,
Yeah,
I know
Lord,
it's also
Lord.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. No.
All right. I will give that one a 97.
Whoa, 97.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. Okay. That all right. We got the scores in. Everybody's in.
Well, you're.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jason.
Like I said, I think Mark has summed it up good because he just basically will get the guy in the.
Yeah.
I mean, if you ever got kicked in the balls, you know how it feels, man.
Yeah, you
Now,
begin.
I have seen the soccer game being played on an NES board. I have seen it played, but I have attempted to try it, and it's very difficult. Very difficult. You really have to be somewhat of an AVGN expert on this one, and I'm surprised James has not attacked this one.
No, he doesn't do much sports games.
No, he doesn't do any sports games.
Besides that one where he talked about Atari sports games, but that was it.
That's about it.
A
Yeah.
long time ago.
So in this case, I have to give it a Scott Special 75.
All right.
Yeah, it's about
Cool.
right. Okay, see what we got here. Let's see what the average is.
We're dead.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh, jeez.
86.3. How about that, guys? Nice going in the
Okay.
B tier. Yeah. Like I said, just goes to show you that sometimes those simplified black box, what I like to call the black box games, get a lot of recognition. All right, next up, Solar Jetman.
Oh.
Ooh. Okay, The Hunt for the Golden Warship, put out by Zippo Games, Rare, Tradewest, Nintendo, September 1990. This is a multi-directional shooter video game, and series protagonist Jetman must maneuver his small craft through caverns of various planets while it's searching for pieces of the Golden Warship. Yes. Let's see. Any reception? Yes. The game received positive reviews from the critics upon release, despite the poor sales of the NES version. Reviewers of Mean Machines praised the game's playability and gameplay, stating that it was second to none, and the different gravity pulls of each planet provided unique challenges. Richard Ledbetter of Computer and Video Games, he praised the gameplay, comparing it to that of Thrust. Ledbetter found the gameplay challenging and stated that the addition of power-ups boosts the game's playability. Steve Jarrett of Total, he asserted that the gameplay was simplistic but addictive, as exploration of the game's 12 planets would set the player at it for weeks. All right. Scott, you're up with Solar Jetman.
Okay, well, to be honest here, I don't think I've ever played this particular game. But if you're saying everything is really good and reviewed, it must be a good title, though. Like I said, never tried it, but I would like to see if I can find it. I'm thinking I like the cover. It's nice and simplistic, but it also has the right set of colors to attract a young person. 82 again.
82. Okay, very good. All right, a very modest B there. Back to you, Brandon. Solar Jetman.
So the game says you must survive 12 deadly alien worlds, which been sabotaged vessel parts.
Yeah.
There's a little more depth to it. I'm just gonna give it a solid 80.
A solid 80. All right. We got that. All right, Andrew, you're up with Solar Jetman.
So I never heard this. I never heard. Hello.
Yeah, echo.
Wasn't me. So, anyways, that's what I was trying to say, of course. Never heard this game, but I like the cover. So for that, I will get this one. Two French fries shy of the perfect.
98. You got it. Very good. Mark Leota, you're up with Solar Jetman.
Yeah, I've never heard of this one.
That
Jetman. No, Jetman. Really have the same
Smoke
ring
weed
to it.
every day.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it doesn't really have the same ring to it, though. I'm just going to give that one an 85.
85. All right. 85 from Mark Leota. Okay. All right. Gianni, you're up.
Solar Jetman. I have not heard of this one, but it was so cool. You said there's 12 planets that they have.
Yeah.
12. Sounds like an interesting game. Cover art, I will say, is a bit weird. Looks like the flames are going up. Looks like like someone's tongue. I don't know why. Or two tongues. Kind of looks gross, but I do like the background. Do like some of the what the cover art split and platforms, whatever you call those. I'm gonna give those a 79.
79. Okay. All right. Very interesting. Okay. Well, I tell you, one thing about the cover art that just strikes me as too much blue. Wow. Too much blue. And then just to make matters worse, I mean, wow. It looks like the spaceship with the rocket boosters, but it looks like a popsicle stick. You know, the popsicle sticks you break?
Yes, I do.
It's like two whole popsicles. A cherry popsicle.
Wow.
Yeah, so
That, yeah.
if you're gonna draw rocket boosters as like that, that's what I'm looking at. You know, and the whole planet looks like cherry pie. Where's this whole thing here from? Why is it everything reminding me of
Smoke weed every day.
Yeah, that.
gosh? Yeah, I don't know about this one. I never played the game, so the cover art just I have to say 55.
Oh.
Yeah, I failed that big time. All right, let's see what our score is. Average it. Well, this one's going in the C tier. If I can get it up there. Not the D tiers. 79.8. Wow.
Okay.
Hate that. All right, right there. Yep. Okay, another C there. Ooh. Okay. Let's go to the next game. See what we have. We have Solomon's Key 2.
Ooh.
This is a sequel from Solomon's Key, but the second one is from Tecmo, January 24th, 1992. It's a puzzle game, and it's the prequel to Solomon's Key. It's also known as Fire and Ice.
Oh, this one I know. Yeah.
Yeah. And the game's plot takes place before the original Solomon's Key and is framed as a story being told by an elderly woman to her grandchildren. The story takes place on Coolmint Island, an island made of ice and home to the winter fairies. And when the evil wizard Drudel begins sending flame monsters to attack and melt the island, the queen of the fairies summons the apprentice wizard Dana to defend them, granting him the use of ice magic to help extinguish the flame monsters. There wasn't any references as far as any recognition to the game. So, no receptions to the game. All right, we're back to the top of the order. Solomon's Key 2, Brandon Bogart.
Unlike the original, which we'll get to later, this one has a more cartoonishly look.
Yeah.
we have a very scary wolf on the top left.
Oh yeah.
Some kind of fireballs that are alive with faces.
Nah.
Some kind of. Oh my god! I gotta give myself a layout.
Okay, here we go.
Then we have a oh my god, a gremlin who's looking like a god and a caveman at the same time.
What was that?
Oh boy, here we go again.
Yeah, he has lost his damn mind.
Yeah.
He's gone.
That's why this one gets a 61.
Oh, good day.
You know, I was expecting that sound effect with the horn.
I love it every time Brendan Bogart always does that. I love it. I love it.
Expecting that more than anything else.
Yeah.
Does what?
Huh?
No comment.
Okay. Andrew, you're up with Solomon's Key 2.
I never heard of this game, and I look at the cover. That Brandon, you forgot to mention there's a Cyclops on that cover. If you can see the cover, you see the Cyclops right there holding that. Yeah, thank you, Jason. Thank you. I've been waiting for this. So for that, and I'm going to stay in the 8 here. I will get this one. This number.
What a difference of opinion. A 61 to a 90. And now we go to Mark Leota with Solomon's Key 2.
Okay. Yeah, it does have a bit more of a cartoony vibe to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we'll give that a 73.
73. All right. Yanni, you're up with Solomon's Key 2.
I think I knew about. I definitely knew about these games. I knew about the first one definitely, but this one kind of looks more. The graphics a bit more childish. I feel it almost feels like Bubble Bobble or the other game, what's in the F tier is the Mr. Gimmick. That was it.
Yeah.
How bad we all know how bad that one was. Oh my!
Yeah.
It's kind of the same nature. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a crossover, especially how like cheesy that title screen looks. I think, and I don't know. I'm gonna give it 72.
72. I think you got one up there, Gianni, because somebody gave it a 73, and I think that was Mark. Yep. All right. Scott, you're up with Solomon's Key 2.
Okay, Jason, you mentioned something important. This is known also as Fire and Ice.
Yeah.
Mark, I'm disappointed. You did not realize that this is actually on the NES listing of the Nintendo Switch listing there.
Ooh.
I don't think I. That's probably why I know about
I
this.
missed that little
Yes,
detail.
yes.
Yeah.
It's an interesting little
It
puzzle game.
is.
I'll give it that, though.
The first
So
one
there you
is, I
go.
think. I don't know about the second one.
Yeah, that's what this is. The second one is Fire and Ice. Listen,
Oh.
as Fire and Ice on the Switch, though. So there you go.
Mm.
So yes, this is not an easy game. I will be honest with you there. It's not bad. Yes, it does look cartoony, but then again, it's supposed to look like that. It's going to get a C score, 75, my special.
The Scott
And
special.
you said it's not an easy game, you said, right?
That is true, though. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting puzzle abilities trying to figure out how to put the blocks in the right spots there as well.
That's why we have rewind feature for the Switch Online apps.
Yeah.
Plus, we have strategy guys.
Yep.
It's true,
Well,
though, yeah.
Now, I'm a big fan of puzzle games, but I never seen this one. And I probably would like it if I probably rented it. So, what you say? The cover art is very cartoonish. So, yeah, that would bring the score down big time.
Yep.
I don't like these cartoonish, unless it's a cartoon. I don't like these cartoonish game boxes. I really don't. So 65. Yeah, 65. All right, let's average it out. Okay. Want to be in the seats here, guys. Yep. 72.6. Just barely made it. Oh, whoa. Yep. That was unfortunate. Okay. Let's go ahead to the next game. This is the first one, Solomon's Key. Now, this one came out in July 30th of 1986. So 6 years before the sequel.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Put out by Tecmo again. Very respectable company. They ported it to a lot of consoles, including the Nintendo Switch in 2018. Yep. Let's see if it got any reception. In Japan, Game Machine listed Solomon's Key on their September 1st, 1986 issue as being the 18th most successful table arcade game unit of the month. And Solomon's Key sold 300,000 copies in Japan. Interesting. Yeah. That's a lot for the Famicom,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. So, Solomon's Key starts it off this time with Andrew Hocking.
So the first Solomon's Key. I once again I never heard this game, and it's the difference between the first one and the second one. But this one, Dad, I will get this one. I hate to do this, and get ready for the buzz, Jason. I will get this one.
Ooh, 69.
Nice.
Wow. Youch. Just one try short of a pass.
Special.
Yep, the 69 special, exactly. All right, Mark, you're up with the first Solomon Key.
Okay. Well, like Steffi was saying, the second one he was saying was on Switch Online. I don't know if this one is on the NES app.
I thought that they said they released in 2018. It might have been, but I might be wrong with that one.
Mm-hmm.
I might have to check later, but anyway, I guess this is. Yeah, I guess. I'm going to give this a 77. I don't really have much I can say about this one.
77, okay. All right. Gianni, you're up with the first one.
Yeah, this is the one I've definitely have heard of. And this, I feel like it's a big game. I mean, I didn't realize that it is on this Nintendo Switch Online now. I am looking at it. Maybe I'll play it after the show. But
there you go.
It's just kind of also a puzzle game, I guess. What I'm looking like, it looks more like Zelda a bit. Don't know why. I do like the title screen, though. I do like that. The cover, that's why I've seen this before. That's why I've seen the cover right now, because it's in. Now I'm realizing that. But I'm going to give this one 82.
82, okay. All right. Scott, what do you got to say about the first one?
This one I have not played, so it's similar. If it's similar to the sequel we talked about a few minutes ago, but I have a feeling it's also another difficult one. So you know what? I can't say much else. Scott Special, 75.
75, you got it. Locked in. Okay, Brandon Bogard, you're up with the first one, Solomon's Key.
Well, I admit it looks a lot better than the last one.
Yes, for
A
sure.
little more grown up.
Yep.
Unfortunately, the story and the details are unfortunately killing it. It says on the back cover, "You and Dana, the Wizard of Lyrac." The wizard's name is Dana.
Dana.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
That was from the previous one.
You and Dana in a tree called love. Oh.
Okay, you just made it worse.
Yeah, I did. I know.
Mhm.
I have a habit of doing that, making it worse.
And then there's a Princess of the Fairies and Harness the Evil.
Mhm.
What?
Mhm.
I mean, I can understand for something like this, but I'm afraid I'm gonna have to give this a 67.
Oh, 67.
6 points more than the sequel.
Yeah. It's a hard one to give a buzz or two but unless you've played it, like you said, it would have some life balance to it. Now, I must agree with Brandon Bogart and everybody else that the cover art does have a little bit of more of a mature effect. Yes. And they should have stayed with that on the second one, then it would have gotten a better rating. However, puzzle game as it is, I hadn't touched this one with a 10-foot pole, and I don't have any intention on touching it anytime soon.
All right.
So I have to go with a 70 and pass it.
And that's one up from me.
Oh yeah. Hello. There you go. Thank you. Get a one up finally. Oh my goodness. Not too many of those, you know.
Not
All right.
Yeah.
Let's see what the average is. Ooh. Oh. This one's going right next to its partner. It actually got a lower score than the second one, 73.3. Whoa. Oh, yeah. Okay, it's halftime. And before we go to the Who Am I, Andrew, do you have some timekeeping statistics for us?
Yes. From the first two on the first two parts of this one, Jason, you finally got one already.
All right.
Which is from the if I look at on the first one.
Yeah. You got one too, huh?
Then yeah, Brandon Bogart and myself and Mark, we got one each, one apiece. And the one who's got the most so far in the first and second quarters was Scott with 4.
Yep.
Nice going, guys. Very good. All right. Okay, we got more Who Am I ready to go.
Yep.
So let's go ahead and see what we have here for the next clues 4 through 6. Clue number 4. My first TV role was on The Love Boat. Yes. Okay, clue number 5. I appeared in Dick Tracy and Fried Green Tomatoes.
Oh.
Give a clue right there.
Yeah.
Movies. And clue number 6. I won an Oscar for playing the character Annie Wilkes.
I think I already got it already, Jason.
Annie Wilkes. Yep. Okay. Those are your 3 clues, 4 through 6. Quarter number 3 coming up. Anybody need to take a break?
I think I'm good.
Nope.
Okay. I want to pass a little bit of an information that we didn't pass the last time. Last week, we lost a very talented fighter, George Foreman. And
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
it was a sad day here. He passed away at the age of 76. Great fighter. And, of course, the George Foreman Grill is going to have a legacy now, you know.
Uh-huh.
The fat-reducing grilling machine is, you know, put the name on
I
it.
used to have one of those, Jason. I used to have one. I gotta go buy. I gotta buy one now. Now I gotta go buy another one now.
Right? We're all going to go out there and buy a Foreman grill. I mean, why not?
Yeah.
Does bacon
Yeah.
perfectly, cuts the grease and everything. Got some of the healthiest bacon. That's the one thing you should try first is the bacon,
Yeah.
and then make a
The
hamburger.
only the best thing to put on the George Foreman grill is the burger. You put burgers on it. You put burgers on it.
He's right.
What did you say, Brandon? I know you were.
I can do the burger. I don't do bacon.
Oh well, you can do that anyway.
Cheers for that one, Brandon. Cheers for that one.
I tried the bacon first because that's got a lot of grease to it, and then of course the hamburger has a lot of grease to it too.
Sure, yeah. That's
Okay, all right, let's get back to it. Let's get back to it before we go. We'll all go crazy on that one.
Okay, here we go, guys. All right, next game up on the list is Solstice.
Ooh.
All right, this one is by Software Creations, Epic, Sony Records, and Nintendo, July 1990. This is a another puzzle video game.
Ah.
Of course,
The
yeah.
game focuses on the wizard Shadix's bid to defeat the evil Baron Morbius and rescue Princess Eleanor, whom Morbius plans to sacrifice. Oh, God, really?
Oh.
Man, why do they want to do sacrificial things? I don't understand it. Okay, let's see if there was any kind of reception here. Going down to the yeah, here we go. Here's the reception. Solstice was met with a positive critical reception upon release. Richard Ledbetter, again of Computer and Video Games, described the gameplay as excellent, with some brain-bending puzzles and nice power-ups for Shadix's ability. And Paul Glancy, that's not Clancy, that's Glancy, also of Computer and Video Games, described Solstice as a big game with an awful lot of secrets to discover, and compared the game's puzzles to those of Knight's War. You've heard of that one before. Yeah, there were some other receptions as well, long ones. Let's see if there were any numerical things there. They gave a lot of writing reviews on this one, but nothing numerical we can't see. All right, so Solstice is what we're looking at, and this is, of course, third up on it, and we go to Mark Leota.
All right. Yeah, I don't think I've heard of this. Yeah, I have not played this, so can't really give too much of any thoughts. I guess the old 69 special.
69. Oh. All right, the old 69 special. All right. Okay, Gianni, you're up with Solstice.
Okay, this is one I've definitely not heard of. I've not heard of this one.
Your
What?
Scrabble things got turned on.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's better.
stupid keybinds. I was searching something up, and then that came.
And then it came up with Scrabble.
Keybinds. I know. I hate keybinds sometimes. I'll tell you.
Yep.
Anyway, there we go. Okay. There we are. So yeah, Solstice, have not heard of this one. I almost thought it was a wizard until it almost looked like He-Man for a second.
Yeah.
I'm not. I can't find. Okay, I can find one screenshot. It looks like you're in a house, and the floor is made of spikes almost.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Was that what it's supposed to be? But I don't know. That's kind of what it looks like. I don't know if that's what it's supposed to be, but it looks like a pig-like creature is on the spikes. He's like in the middle of it. I don't.
Yeah.
If those are spikes, I don't really get if that's what it's supposed to be. But I might give it 70.
70. He one's up on.
Well, thought about buzzing it, but I don't think this deserves to be buzzed.
Yeah, well, you got 70 there. Okay. All right. We got a 69 and a 70, and now we go to Scott. Solstice.
Okay. Again, not really played this one, but I looked at a lot more screenshots than what Gianni's seen. I see like what looks like a good isometric puzzle game where you have to do jumping and platforming and things like that. It looks different though. Kind of reminds me of later game on the Genesis, Landstalker. Pretty interesting. I've seen also like Ludo is a similar one in the modern times that it's very similar to as well. It's okay. The cover is kind of strange to have the very muscular looking wizard here, blah blah blah. But I say, you know my number. Give it to my number.
75. Baby, give his number a 75. Yep. All right, Brandon Bogard, you are up with Solstice.
So I looked at this on the front cover. I don't know if he's trying to summon like a Dragon Ball power. Or guy there. Wait, he's
Smoke
like,
weed every day.
You're probably right.
Yep.
but it doesn't look too bad. I'm gonna give it a. All right, I think Scott won up me 74.
Haha, you won him up.
Hey.
Ah.
All right. Very good.
Yeah, Scott did one up you because he got the 75, so you get a 74. All right, there you go. Okay, Andrew, you are up with Solstice.
So I never heard this game. I look at the cover and say, "Why is this wizard shirtless
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
and holding a potion on one hand and a wand in the other hand?"
Mhm.
Yeah, and I will get, but this one I'm gonna get one up from Scott. I'm gonna give this one a 76.
A 76. He won up Scott. Wow. All right. Got a 76 there. Yep. Now, I love the fact that he is just, on that pedestal, saying to himself, I am nothing but a.
Oh boy!
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the running joke for tonight.
Yes. But I tell you, if you're a puzzle game freak and you love this cover art, I mean, there's a guy who probably could bench press 10 million pounds.
Oh,
He-Man's brother, because,
oh,
and Arnold Schwarzenegger teaming up together on the new game called Solar Babies. I no. Solar Men, Solstice Men. The one thing that turned me off on the whole thing when I gave the description is why the heck do they want to do sacrificial crap here for the princess? Why? If you're so, I mean, I just don't understand it. That's just no. I'm giving this one a bad buzzer, 65. Yeah. I mean, I'm a puzzle game. I like all puzzle games, but I'll tell you what, when you got to sacrifice your princess, forget about it. All right, let's see what the average is. Ooh. Boy, oh boy, this one. Oh, come on, get out of there. You're not a D either. You're a C. And it's 71.5. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
This one was barely close to failing. But it's C tier.
Okay.
Yep. All right. Next up is the ever popular Space Shuttle. Oh boy. We got probably like a simulator here, I would think.
Yep. Pretty much.
Let's take a look at this here. All right, this is Space Shuttle Project. Yeah. Imagineering. Yep. And Absolute Entertainment, November 1991. This is an action video game. And the object of Space Shuttle Project is to successfully launch and fly one of NASA's historic space shuttles as a commander. The gameplay is composed of several different types of missions, each broken up into short mini games.
Uh-huh.
All game gave Space Shuttle Project a score of 2.5 points out of a possible 5. So average. All right, we start this time with Gianni with Space Shuttle.
Okay, have not heard of this one. But once again, looks kind of interesting. Not what I'm thinking. I'm not as very spacey as I thought. I thought this would be a trippy game where you're in space, but that's just my hippie self thinking this. But this kind of does look cool. I'm seeing you basically get to recreate, like a whole spacecraft,
right?
Which is kind of cool. But I can't find that many screenshots of it. Cover art, definitely realistic. I like it. But I can find some of the space shuttle in the day sky. I found one of it already in space.
Mhm.
And with kind of the background is like the clouds or whatever, how kind of colorful that is in the back, like the bottom.
Yeah.
Kind of cool. I'm going to give it 75. Scott scored.
Scott special. Yeah. All right. 75. Okay. All right, Scott. You are up with the space shuttle. Oh, no problem. You want me to skip you and go to Brandon? Okay, Brandon. He's passing his turn to you.
Oh boy, here we go again. Here we go again.
The home screen, the solo shot.
Oh!
Oh, baby!
Interesting.
Unbelievable! Well, all that for the dramatic effect of it. All right.
Mhm.
Okay, Scott, we'll go back to you now.
Sure thing. Yeah.
No problem.
Well, okay. It's a simulation. So that's not so bad, though.
Yep.
So it's in other words, you gotta have less fun with it than you actually have to do. You actually work at it. Now, I remember years before this came out, there was the version of Space Shuttle on the old Atari 2600, and boy, that was a tough game too.
So simulator like, huh?
Yeah, I am not a huge fan of simulators, to be honest.
Oh,
with you.
okay. I was going to ask you about how you fare with them.
Yeah, I'm not that really good at this stuff, so I'm probably only going to have to give it a 70.
70. All right. Still passing grade. Okay. Now we go to Andrew Hocking with Space Shuttle.
Can I have the solo screen, please, as well, like Brendan Bogart?
Yeah, you can have it. Let's put you up there.
Okay. All right. So this game, and the cover was perfect. For this one, Brendan Bogart, can I get a drum roll, please?
You got it. 100 for Andrew Hocking.
All right, let's bring it all back.
That's
All right. Mark, would you like the solo screenshot too?
Yeah.
Okay, put them up there, please.
All right.
Yeah.
So from what I can see there, Space Shuttle. Not sure exactly what type of game it's supposed to be, but I mean, like maybe like Flight Simulator before Flight Simulator actually became a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You know what, Andrew? How about we triple up on this one? 100.
Hey, that's the spirit. That's the spirit.
There we go. 100 there. Okay. You guys are lacking the space shuttle, huh? Now,
Mhm.
I can agree with Scott. I like to watch somebody do a simulator, but I myself couldn't stay on a simulator all day.
Right.
I mean, I like them and I respect them very much. Cover art is fantastic. Never played the game. I'd rather see a real space shuttle go up, because I'm here in Florida. Brandon Bogart knows about space shuttles too, because he's in Florida as well too.
Yep.
No, I don't.
Ooh.
Trust me, they are beautiful when they take off, and when they land, those sonic booms sounds like two bowling balls just dropped on the floor. Yes, it made a strike.
Yeah.
So with that, I'm gonna actually the cover art's the only thing saving it, so I have to actually give it a 90. Yes, I took 10 points off for not playing it because I can't, but I give it a 90 for the cover art. All right, let's see what the average is. Oh! All right, this one was misted by 89.1. Oh God, yeah, missed it by 0.9 for an A. You guys have had no A's tonight at all.
We just keep missing it.
You're missing it by that much, by a smidgen.
Mm-hmm.
If the game was even called Smidgen, you'd miss it by a smidgen.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right. Next up is Spelunker. Heck,
Uh-huh.
what crazy was we got Spelunker here by Broderbund. Ooh, Johnny and Carmen San Diego take off.
Oh, okay. That's,
And,
I haven't heard of that company,
Let's
but
see, Tamtex. Yeah, December 7th, 1985. Spelunker is a platform game developed by Timothy G. Martin of Micrographic Image. It was on the Atari 8-bit in 1983 there, Scott.
Yes, it's true. Yes.
Commodore 64. Yep. And the player must walk and jump through increasingly challenging parts of the cave, all while working with a finite supply of fresh air, which can be replenished at various points.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The game was met with positive reviews. Brian Welch reviewed the original Atari 8-bit version of Spelunker for the 1984 Antic magazine buyers. And he recommended Spelunker to players who like arcade-type games and are looking for a challenge. Computer Gaming World of 85 called Spelunker a thoroughly enjoyable game, a class act. On Ahoy in 1986 said that the Commodore 64's version's graphics are amazingly intricate. So there are some good receptions for this game.
Mm-hmm.
Now we go to Scott. Yes.
Okay, well, you gotta admit, for a good computer title, this is unique though.
Mm-hmm.
This NES version, I think it was kind of cute there, but it's definitely different. And some would say it was maybe a little more difficult than what the original versions were as well, though. But
Yeah.
still very entertaining for the most part. So this is a beautiful, and the cover art with the mountain with the cave dweller here trying to climb through the caves. It looks pretty nice on that too, though. So he gets himself a nice little 82.
82. Okay. You got it. A low B, but a very respectable score there. Brandon Bogard, you're up with Spelunker.
So with this, for some reason, not only does it look like the original Super Mario Brothers with our main character looking more like the original Link,
Mm-hmm.
but also there's like a golden monster who's supposed to be a devil mixed with a couch.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh,
Then he shot it down to reality again.
And then
Oh,
when
we're
you
not
look at
finished.
the same monster on the front cover, it looks a little more looks a little more dangerous.
Yeah.
Look like the Beast from Ultimate Beastmaster and Netflix.
Mhm.
I'm gonna give this one a 77.
Whoa, 77. All right. We got okay, put that in there. All right. Now we go to Andrew Hawking.
So, never heard this game, and that's from 1985, right?
Yeah, December 7th, 1985.
That's like months after I was born. That's why.
Yeah.
Between July and December. So, I look at the cover, and I think Brendan Bogart is absolutely correct on this. On everything what he said, that's why. So, I will double up from Mr. Bogart. I also go for 77.
He doubles up with a 77. Okay. Nicely going. Okay, Mark, you are up with Spelunker.
All right. Well, I have not played the original NES version, but I guess the guy in the cover kind of looks a bit like Indiana Jones there. I guess a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah. But
Very good observation.
yeah, but what you all missed was that they actually released a remake of this as Spelunker HD 2010.
Okay.
Ah,
Yep, on the PlayStation 3, and then just recently a deluxe HD version on PS4 and Nintendo Switch in 2021.
mm,
All right.
Oh,
nice.
Yep. So I think I'm going to give this one a 82.
Gonna double up with Scott. 82. All right.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, nice going. All right. All right, Johnny, you're up with Spelunker.
Okay, Spelunker. I've not heard of this one. I've definitely seen those cover art before. Very similar, but looks like something I've seen before. I can't remember. It might have been Dig Dug, I think. I don't know, but the graphics do look similar to, I think it's Dig Dug.
He's in the cave. That's why. Yeah, Dig Dug.
Yeah, that's probably why.
Yeah,
Definitely.
that's what you're thinking here.
That's pretty much all you can see in that. Not really much. I'm gonna give this 80.
80. All right. Got it. All right. No, I love these titles that have words within them. You know, like you got Lunker, Spell, you know, Spunk, Lunker, all the crazy stuff. I know.
Smoke weed every day.
Yeah.
And yeah, I have to agree with Raiders of the Lost Ark there, Mark. Yeah, definitely. Or was that Andrew? Who was that who said Raiders of the Lost Ark? Was that Mark?
I can't remember.
Okay. Well, I agree with you. I think the cover art looks exactly like that. I mean, he looks like he's coming out of the cave. He hit the jackpot, you know, with whatever he was trying to find. So, but the purple down on the bottom of the cover art, just why is the water purple? Purple.
oh, oh,
Oh. No.
Is it?
According to my screen, it looks purple. I mean, I don't know what other color it would be.
Here, I'll send you in the private chat.
That's fine, but I will definitely give this a 65.
oh.
I mean, I've never played the game before either, so but I'm looking at cover art. It's just wow. When the day we ever have purple water on our planet, I think we'll be already long gone before it's over.
You're probably right.
Here we go with the average. Oh. $77.1. All right. Another C. That is 7 C's so far. 7 C's.
Very good, Jason. Very good. Very good. 7 C's. I like that.
All right, we got time for one more before the end of the third quarter, so let's look at it. Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Yes.
I was almost going to sing the AVGN version of that theme, but no, I didn't.
Right?
Please no.
Return of the Sinister Six is Spider-Man by Bits Studios and LJN, Gianni.
Yeah.
Oh no.
October 1992. It's the bane of James's existence, the LJN.
This is one of the games that is. Yep.
It's a video game featuring the Marvel Comics characters Spider-Man and the Sinister Six. And Dr. Octopus is setting his master plan into action to take over the world with the help of the Sinister Six. Spider-Man manages to defeat all of them and save the world. Yes, he does. There was a lot of ports to it. Nintendo Power commented on the NES version of the game, praising the graphics while stating the play control was weak, commenting that you can release what looks like a perfect punch and end up swinging right past your enemy. Yep. We go back to the top of the order this time with Brandon Bogard, Spider-Man. Oh boy, he's turning red.
Yeah.
Solo screen, sir. I think
No need. Just
no need.
that's all I need. So, seeing this,
Mm-hmm.
this, I'm okay with this. I think if I remember the Sandman and the whatever Mr. Octo Robot, whatever that is.
Dr. Octopus.
Yeah.
Yep. And I think there's other villains that I think I remember from a Universal ride of Spider-Man.
Yep.
But yeah, this looks pretty mostly faithful, despite some locations. I'm gonna give it a 92.
92. Ooh, talk about. Okay. All right. Andrew, you're up with Spider-Man.
Well, I love Spider-Man, especially while wearing this.
Aha! Yes. I would tell. Just a game we play. Yep.
Yeah. So, and of course, Brendan, you forgot another one. How about the Green Goblin? That's another Spider-Man's villains that I totally hate for Spider-Man, of course. So for that, yeah.
So for not Green Goblin.
Well, it's close enough.
Okay.
So for that, I will get this one and get ready for the ding ding ding, Jason. I give it the perfect 100.
You got it. 100. Okay. Andrew's got a perfect score there, and now we go to Mark Leota with Spider-Man.
Oh, yes, the classic superhero that everybody loves. No Spider-Man, who is actually a good guy, not a menace like J. Jonah Jameson tries to make him out to be.
Too often he does that.
Yeah. So to Mr. Jason, for all the time to trying to ruin Spider's reputation over the years, yeah. Why don't you go piss off or something?
Well said.
DVD.
Now, as for the game itself, well, I have played it, but not on the NES. On the PlayStation, though, I have played it. I played some of the newer ones on PlayStation, and they are really good. As far as this NES one goes, I will give it a perfect score.
Double up. Aha. We got a perfect score there. Another 100. Sorry about that. Hit my microphone. 3 A's so far. Okay, Johnny, you're up with Spider-Man.
Yeah, we know. James has played this one. He did a whole Spider-Man.
Yeah, he did a whole thing from every
And
port.
he had Spider-Man on it.
From the Atari all the way to the Commodore 64.
No, I think he went up to Game Boy Advance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Because that was
exactly.
that came out. That video came out in 2007.
Yeah.
Well,
So that was the most recent. I didn't really watch much of that part. I mostly watched when he talked about the Atari one.
Mm-hmm.
And this is still bad too. I'm not even gonna say what he mentioned called this game, but you could probably figure it out. Return of the Sinister, you could probably figure that out.
Yep.
But swing out. At least you can climb on walls. That's probably the most important thing because that's probably the most important thing. But other than that, even though it's Spider-Man 65.
Oh, why?
yeah.
If I live and breathe, I never thought I saw a difference of opinion from
LGN game. Remember, James does not like this game.
Yeah, I know. James despises it. Yeah, and it's LJN.
Why.
Yeah. All right, Scott, you're up with Spider-Man.
I gotta agree with Gianni on that one.
Yep.
Again, it is LJN, which translates to Lord Jesus, no.
I always thought you were going to say the thing that he says. He called him.
Smoke weed every day.
Oh, my goodness.
Jesus, no.
Folks, if you're watching this, we're just having a ball so far.
God, that was perfect, man. That
Well,
was
like
great.
I said, well, okay, let's be honest. Again, I like Spider-Man, the property. I like the comics. I like the cartoons.
Yeah.
I like everything that's involved. The movies are awesome. But this game is trash. But like I said, and it's not the best Spider-Man game. If you really want the good Spider-Man game, PlayStation's versions, even the Sega's arcade version, come on, anything like that. Sorry, 60.
60. Oh, yeah. Yep. I guess, yeah, I gotta agree with the bottom tier here, the bottom tier masters, Johnny and Scott. That as much as I like Spider-Man very much, I just can't see him on an NES version. Now, maybe the Commodore, and I've seen the Atari version of
The
Spider-Man.
Atari game I know I played a bit once.
The
Like
Atari one I've seen played, and I have seen him critique it, James, that is, and he says it's mad hard.
It is
mad hard. Spider-Man in general, I've seen the movies, love the character, but the Hulk is actually my favorite of all the guys. So with this, you're just wasting time and money on a NES version of it. I'm gonna go with Scott, 60. Yeah, that does it. Yeah. So what a difference of opinion between the top tier masters and the bottom, and including myself. Wow. Let's see what its average is. Whoa. Boy.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting.
No, it missed it by 0.5, 79.5 because of our lower scores. So it really dropped from the A to the C tier.
Yeah.
Sir, that's unfortunate. All right, this is quarter number 3 comes to an end. All right, guys, we're in the final stretch here. Let's get back to it. These are the final clues to the Who Am I? All right, and I'll give you the final 3 clues, and hopefully you've come up with an answer, because this one's a tough one.
No kidding.
I think you guys struggle with it, but we'll see what happens. Maybe these clues will give it to you. This is clue number 7. I coined the phrase, "You dirty birdie."
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Clue number 8. It was in the movie Misery. Yep. And clue number 9. This should probably definitely give it to Scott, I would think. I share my last name with the motel in Psycho.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay. I think Scott's got it.
Mm-hmm. It took me all the way to clue 8, but I finally got it.
Yeah. As I said, this one's a toughie one, but there you go. There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, God, I think I got it in 3. That's why.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
All right. Anybody need to take a
don't
break?
have it.
All right. Anybody need a break?
I'm remembering the bathroom real quick.
Go ahead.
Okay. In the meantime, we hope that you are enjoying this 50th show. And, you know, this is the golden show. Not many shows, if you get this far in your time, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
And, thank you to the 105 subscribers so far. Thank you for your continued support of Jay's Old TV and Sports channel. Of course, if you have not subscribed yet, please do so. We'd love to have you as part of our ever-growing family. Don't forget to tune in on Monday nights. We have 2 weeks left of game show recordings. So, yeah, it's going to be a...
And while our King of New Jersey is in the washroom, I'll give the update on time from the 3rd quarter.
Go ahead, right ahead. Yes.
Jason, you got another one.
All right.
I got another one. Mark got another one.
Uh-huh.
And everybody already got one, including the King of New Jersey's finally got one.
Yay!
Awesome.
So everybody got one. Everybody got something tonight.
Everybody have fun tonight. They
Yeah.
have
Everybody have fun
tonight.
tonight.
Oh, and the king of the Jersey, you got one already.
Oh,
Yes. If he didn't already get one before, he got it now. That's for sure.
yeah, I don't think
There
so.
you go.
All
Yeah,
right,
but
guys.
like I said, everybody got something. That's why nobody walked away empty-handed.
That's very true. All right, let's get back to the quarter number 4. Here we go, guys. All right, start it up. Start me up. All right. Now we're going to the final games of the half hour, and the first one up on the board is an interesting one. This is Spot from 7-Up. Oh, boy.
Oh, I've heard about this
yes,
game. I've heard about it.
Spot the video game.
Yes.
Put out by Virgin, Mastertronic, Arcadia Systems, and Bulletproof Software, September 1990. Yeah, this is your little friend here from. He was also on Game Boy and NES. It was the first video game to feature the then current 7-Up mascot, Spot. It was later followed up by the platformers Cool Spot and Spot Goes to Hollywood. Based on a strategy game called Othello or Reversi.
Oh, yes.
Which originates from 1883, but it takes place on a 7x7 board. Though in some variations, certain locations on that board would be unavailable. 2 to 4 players, with each player controlling pieces of a specific color. Wyatt Lee reviewed the game for the Computer Gaming World and stated that Spot, the computer game, offers a simple concept with cute graphics and stimulating gameplay. It offers fast play, multiplayer interaction, a long shelf life, and much delight. Boy, Wyatt Lee, if you're still alive, that was a great review. All right, now we go to Andrew, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Andrew, you're up with
So
Spot.
yeah. So to be honest, I played this before, and I love this game. I love this game. I play it all the time with my folks.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I like the cover. I like everything, and I always get perfect scores 100.
You got it. 100 for him. Yay. There it is.
I always give to the honest parts. I always get all the important stuff.
Nice going there, Andrew. All right, Mark, you're up with Spot.
Yeah, I think I have played this a little bit of it. I don't know whether it's on this or the Sega Genesis version, but despite what you may think in terms of the title, for those of you watching out there, no, this is no relation to Spot the dog.
Eat every
Hey,
day.
boy.
Even though it does
Very
have-
good.
Even though it does have the same name and such. Anyways, a perfect 100.
You got it.
Yay! All right.
Double up with the 100. Now we got a perfect score. Will Mr. Pizzy make it 3?
I think AVGN, he's mentioned this game when he talked about, what was it, McKids? He didn't really say much about it. He just mentioned that was an advertisement game.
Yeah.
And I feel like this would be something he would talk about. It doesn't look like a very good game, I'd say. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, especially in the advertised game. It's not like side score or whatever. So it's kind of interesting. But I'm going to have to give it a 70.
Ooh, just passed it. Wow, 70. All right, broke up the perfect score there. Scott, what do you got to say about Spot?
I like this one. This is actually pretty fun. I actually remember playing this version, and it's actually, a good version of Othello here, from what I like here. And let's say I'm going to have to give this a 92.
Ooh, Taco Bell, 92. Hey, got it. All right, Brandon Bogard, you're up with Spot.
If you look at the top of the front cover, it says 7-Up.
Yep.
Which is why I guess in one of the gameplay images, like there's 7-Ups and like in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It was sponsored by. That was the mascot of the time. Was Spot? Yes.
Well, also the front cover says, "Spot is cool if you're 6 or 60."
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes, he is.
60, yes. Yes, I can understand. 6, no. That one looks like a show off. Break dance,
oh.
walk,
No, that's how
and
the
I'm sorry. On the back cover, it says rating. It says rating G.
Yes, a rating of a G. It's G rated. Yeah.
yeah, because they were trying to do early versions of the video game ratings back then.
Yep.
Well, why would you give it a movie rating?
Well,
Well, back before the ESRB, video games actually had Sega had their own rating system, and GA was the general audience version.
okay, there we go. Thank you, Scott. Great one. Perfect.
Well, going back to the front cover when it says "Spot is cool if you're 6 or 60." Well, I'll add to that 66.
Oh,
Ah.
wow.
I tell you, Brennan, you got 22 seconds left.
He just barely milked it.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Who's next? That would be Andrew, right?
That'll be you. You're the only one, Jason. You're the only one.
Oh, okay. Well, now Spot is a cool mascot for 7-Up. I love drinking 7-Up. I love Spot. Love all of his commercials. Never played his game because I will rather play the original Othello, the board game that is. So not spending the money on this would be probably my best investment. Actually buying the board game, because I actually did Othello on Days Retro Toys and Games. It gave a great, and it goes back to Reversi. It goes back to 1888. The game is so old. So
that's why they wanted an update with Spot here. So there you go.
Yeah, but I'd rather do the black and white version instead of the red and green. It looks like a Christmassy game because of the colors. The cover art is what's saving this game for me. So I had to take 20 points off. So I'm going to give it an 80.
Cool.
Okay. All right.
Off the cover art's the only thing saving grace, but not worth my time for 20 points. Here we go with the average. All right, this one's actually going in the B tier, guys. 84.6.
Okay.
5.4 shy of an A.
Yeah, very much so. You guys are all around it. Let's see. For B's wise, you actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 B's and a lot of C's tonight. Yep. And absolutely no D's, no F's, and no A's. This is the first. You guys are like B's and C's all over the place today.
Yeah.
Your vitamin B and your vitamin C, but everything else is next up is Spy Hunter. Now you should be able to get a lot of people would know Spy Hunter from just looking at the cover art of it.
Right.
This one is put out by Sunsoft, Gianni.
Yeah.
September 1987. It's a vehicular combat game by Bally Midway and released for the arcades in 83, Scott.
Yes, I remember this one.
Game draws inspiration from the James Bond films and was originally supposed to carry the James Bond brand, but I guess due to copyright, they couldn't get the rights. Yeah, it was a commercial success in American arcades where it was one of the top 5 highest grossing arcade games of 84 and 85. It was ported to the 2600, the Atari 8-bit computers, Apple II, ColecoVision even had one. I heard about Spy Hunter from the ColecoVision, yeah.
Yep.
And then, of course, they have a Spy Hunter 2, which added a 3D view to it. In the United States, it topped the Replay Upright Arcade Cabinet charts for 4 months during 84, in April, September, October, and November, and also topped the Play Meter dedicated cabinet charts for street locations in July of 84 and November of the same year. Was listed by AMOA as one of America's top 5 highest grossing arcade games of 84.
Mhm.
Lux Magazine also ranked the arcade version 29th on their top 100 video games. They praised the game music, controls, and gameplay. And Computer and Video Games actually gave it an 80%. Scored the ColecoVision version an 80% in 1989. Wow.
Mhm.
Okay, we now go to Mark.
Mark.
Okay, Spy Hunter.
Yeah.
Okay, ooh, that's kind of looks like one of those spy games. I was kind of almost like one of those James Bond-esque games that are always so popular.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I will give this one an 88.
An 88. Okay.
Mm.
All right. A very respectable high B. And now we go to Gianni. It's Spy Hunter. Oh, AVGN. Did he do
Oh,
it?
yeah. I think he has. I don't think I saw that, but I haven't seen him play it. But yeah, it does look like a James Bond. I don't think he has. I know Irate Gamer has. Looks like
Yeah.
Irate Gamer is the one who copies it, or competitor of him. Copies
Yeah.
everything he does. But yeah, it looks almost like similar to the Back to the Future NES game.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm gonna give this 75.
75. Okay. All right. Okay, Scott. What do you have to say about Spy
Ah,
Hunter?
I remember this arcade game so well. I love it here. I love the idea of the steering wheel. The NES version is missing the steering wheel, but it's still pretty fun. I think this actually was an improvement over the arcade game as well, though. So that's why I'm going to have to give you a 99.5. I actually had to, but no, let's round it up to 100.
Run it up to 100.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Yes, we don't deal in decimals, unfortunately, but I know what you were thinking. Going up to the high ladder. Well, I mean, if you played the ColecoVision version, Scott, they had a steering wheel adapter.
Yeah, that's true, though. They did have it for a different arcade game, but I know what you're talking about on that.
Yes, indeed. Okay, Brandon Bogard, you're up with Spy Hunter.
I saw the back cover and said there's terror at every turn. Tire slashers, smoke screens, oil slicks, torpedoes, bomb dropping helicopters. What? It's called Spy Hunter, not Spy Explosion.
Really, you've never played this game, Brandon. Come on.
Well, I'm not familiar with any NES game, so I can't even. I'm just going by cover.
Yeah.
And not only that, on the front cover, the woman in green, for some reason, one of her boobs is showing.
Of course, you corn dog.
Good lord, good lord. Yeah.
Telling
So,
you.
I'm gonna have to give this a 77.
77. Okay. After much wonderful, graphic critiques, why not, right? Okay, Andrew. Spy Hunter.
So I never heard this game, and this game, and I already figured out which James Bond movie that almost gonna advertise this.
Oh,
You ready for this?
One thing in my review. It's the Peter.
You ready for this?
You put in, yeah.
That's almost just like a 1987 movie called The Living Daylights. Was the same year this cover came out. That's why. But I will definitely double up from Scott. And I've also got 100 as well.
You got it. Yeah. 100 for Andrew Hawking. Very good, guys. Boy, I tell you, that was a lot of great critiques in every which way from a difference of opinion there. I have heard of Spy Hunter, and having owned ColecoVision more than before NES, that was my first console. I never had gotten Spy Hunter, but I've heard some fantastic reviews. Now, I love the cover art. This looks like something from Star Trek almost. We look down. We
Yeah.
have a couple of Star Trek games we'll catch later next week. But I love the cover art is fantastic. Playability, and I have to take 10 points off because I never played it. So I'm going to give this a Taco Bell 90. Why not? Yes.
Cool.
Taco Bell 90. Why not, right? Not enough for 100 because of the fact that I've never played it. Let's average it out. See what we have here. Wah, 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 wah. We are getting close. You guys are really just putting it. Oh my God. B again. 88.3. Boy.
Oh.
Nice and close.
Yeah. Very much so. Very close.
I tell you, every time we're close, my heart is beating that fast.
You might break through with this next game, hopefully.
I hope so. I hope so.
I think that's going to be the last game of the night for us. Because we have to
Yes, it is. Yep.
And wrap it up here. It's a very popular one called Spy versus Spy.
Aha, yes.
Yes. And this is by Kemco, April 26, 1986. Now, this is a video game written by Michael Rydell, yep, and for the Commodore 64, a port for the Atari, and yeah, this is based on Mad Magazine's long-running cartoon strip Spy vs. Spy about the slapstick antics of two spies trying to kill each other with improbably elaborate traps and weapons. The object of the game is to collect various secret items in a briefcase and exit the building through a door to the airport, either before the opposing player exits or before the time runs out. There you go. Now, Video Magazine described it as an arousing action strategy contest and praised the game's excellent graphics as befitting a game so rooted in a visual medium. Wow. And the NES version sold 300,000 units in North America. They got respectable scores, about 90% in 89 and 80% in 1990 from Computer and Video Games. I guess they're a magazine.
They were, yep.
Yeah. All right, Scott, you're up with it. Spy versus
Yes.
Spy.
This is a game I remember actually playing here myself. It is pretty interesting. It's going to be either a one-player or a two-player affair here. The fact that you get to set up traps to try to stop your opponent while you try to get their intel and all that good stuff. Oh, it is like it could be a party game. It's how that fun it is, though, and all that stuff. This is a 95.
95. He starts it with a Taco Bell. All right, we are in the right area for the A's. Let's keep it consistent. Brandon Bogard, you're up with Spy versus Spy.
I think probably one of my biggest complaints is the front cover.
Uh-oh.
You never watched Red Man Magazine?
Why do the two spies on the front cover look like a combination of a devil and whatever kind of bird with a pointy beak?
Yeah.
And also, oh my god, their faces. I feel like I'm getting like old traditional cartoon vibes.
Pretty much.
Probably like Studio Ghibli combined with Barney.
Oh.
Oh, boy.
I'm gonna give it a 73.
73. Okay. What a difference of opinion. All right, Andrew, you're up with Spy versus Spy.
All right, so I never heard this game, and I look at the cover, and okay, I like this cover, so I'm gonna keep it right in the A's. And you said we'll keep the A's. We'll stay with the A's.
We got a perfect score. Oh, 100. Okay. All right, Mark, you're up with Spy versus Spy.
Okay, yeah, I have not really heard much about this game at all. But Spy versus Spy, I do like the concept a little bit. So, first off, just before I give my score, Brandon, this is for you for that simple mention of that purple son of a gun.
Oh!
I didn't even hear it, but what was it?
He just shook his head.
Well, you said something about Barney. I don't know.
Oh dear.
At least that's what I thought I heard you say. Anyways, I'm gonna give this a I'm gonna give this a perfect score.
100. He got it. We double up again. Yee. Another 100. Okay. And finally, Gianni, Spy versus Spy.
Yeah, so definitely have not heard of this one. I never really grew up with Mad Magazine. I grew up with the Mad Show on Cartoon Network back in like 2010s or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm not seeing much of it. I mean, all I'm seeing a screenshot is the black and white title screen and a couple of spies in the rooms or whatever. So I can't find much of it. Almost has a Ren and Stimpy kind of look. So I'm gonna give this 70.
70. Whoa. All right. Now, I was just looking at the cover art, and this is the European Commodore 64 cover art. It looks like Heckle and Jekyll.
Very good. Nice man.
Yeah,
Two magpies.
they're basically the opposite too. So there you go.
Yeah, I mean, I looked at that. I was like, that looks like they would piss each other off so badly that they would wind up one of the two. Yeah,
Yeah,
Killer
killer.
Kells. Yeah. I've heard of it now. I've heard of Mad Magazine before. Never got any subscription to that. Never played the game, but I hear it was so popular. Now I'm going by cover art, and the one that they have here, it's the same Heckle and Jekyll. This one, the Commodore one's got a little bit of yellow in it. Now this one's all too much blue, so I'm going to actually fail it with 6. Too much blue. I like the cover art from the European one. If they would have just kept that one, I think you would have had me pass it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's average it out. Oh, wow. Well, unfortunately, gentlemen, the Clangs are not going to go off tonight. You have missed it by 7. 83. Oh, man.
About a single A. What is this?
Tough break, as they say. I lost it. Oh, my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's get it up to the beat here. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. There we go. Right there. And that's going to do it for us tonight on Wipe Those Tears. Yeah. Well, gentlemen,
I saw Talking Super Jeopardy down there. Oh, I can't wait till we get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to those of course, definitely next week. But those are the games.
Star Wars.
Yep. And we'll be probably into the T's, but we got Super C also too.
Oh yeah.
And the Super Mario. Until we get to the Super Marios.
Well, that's for sure.
Mario.
Let me go ahead before we go to the final. Yep. Oops. NES Games 50. Wow. Oh my.
Yeah, that's it for our big 50th.
Yep, the Golden Show is officially in the books.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how it ends with 0 A's. That 50th.
Yeah.
We didn't have any names last week either, if I recall.
Let me just go ahead and give it a chance to finish. Okay, cool. Good. That takes care of that. That takes care of that. All right, let's now let's see if you got the answer correctly on Who Am I? And we will go in the order that we are in, and we start with Brandon Bogart.
Nope.
You don't have a guess?
Nope.
Oh boy. Okay. No guess for Brandon Bogard. Now we go to Andrew Hocking. Who are we looking for tonight?
Okay, this answer I got was one of my favorite actresses of all time. I heard one of the clues that starts in Misery,
Mm-hmm.
and she was born in 1948. So my guess, you ready for this? Brandon Bogart, drum roll, please.
You got it, Kathy Bates. Yes. Good job, Andrew. Very good. Okay, Scott. You said you had it by the 8th clue.
Yeah, finally. It took me a while to get that with the Misery clue. I was stumped all the way up until the first 7 clues, to be honest with you. But it is Kathy Bates after all.
It is. You got it, Kathy Bates. Very good. 2 for 2. All right, Johnny. Will you agree with the group here and say Kathy Bates?
I will say that I couldn't think of the last clue either. That was the Motown and Psycho, which I knew was Bates. However, I got the wrong Bates. I thought it was Kristen Bates.
You were on the right track, but yeah, we need Maybe
I've never heard of Kathy.
Maybe that's her sister. I don't know.
I feel like I've heard that name somewhere.
Yeah. Fried green tomatoes also was a good clue. Yeah. Mark, to round it out there, we've got Kathy Bates. Did you say Kathy Bates?
Well, we had a Kathy Bates from Andrew, and of course, a Kathy Bates from Steffi. So let's make it a trifecta. Three Kathy Bates.
You got it. Yeah.
There you go.
Good job. All right. So we have 3 out of 5 tonight. Not bad. Johnny, I think that's the first time you missed one in a while.
Yes, it is. It is.
Not to be a screwball.
I know it is.
I mean,
That happens.
that's a rarity for Scott.
There were times this week I thought I was going to go, and I made it till almost April without missing one.
Yeah, you were tracking yourself from that. You ran out of meatballs. Let's put it that way.
Okay. All right, before we go.
What do we got for stats on the time here?
Well, at the end of the 4th quarter, Scott has another one. I love it when Scott sticking his tongue out whenever eventually he got one. I like that. Mark, buddy, you got another one?
All right.
And myself one as well.
Excellent.
And that's the end of this episode.
There you go. And statistician, did we get to 12 games in tonight to hit the 150 mark?
We got 14 games in.
Whoa!
Okay, cool. I'm going to head out early, okay? So I will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Yeah,
We'll see you next week, bud. All right.
We have 148 games more to go.
Yeah,
We graded
148.
562.
Cool. All right. Well, that's going to do it for us tonight here, and we'll see you all for the episode 51, which will be in April.
The first Wednesday in April.
And no, that is not an April Fool's joke.
It makes sense.
Of course, I point this out because we're doing that show the day after April Fool's Day.
April 2nd.
Oh.
We should do a little practical joke
And
for it.
of course, we're going to be doing that about 12 hours or so after the airing of the Switch 2 Direct, which I'll probably be riding a super high from.
There you go. You got that too. All right. We'll see you all next week. Till then, have a good night. Bye for now.